Welcome to the latest edition of Women's Health Updates, covering breakthroughs in the past 2 weeks, brought to you by Lucid Quest. The FDA accepted Roche's NDA for giredestrant, an oral SERD, in combination with everolimus for ER-positive, HER2-negative, ESR1-mutated locally advanced or metastatic breast cancer following prior endocrine-based therapy, including post-CDK4/6 settings. The application is supported by the Phase 3 ŌURA breast cancer study, and the agency set a PDUFA date of December 18, 2026. If approved, this combination could influence prescribing patterns and payer evaluations in the endocrine-resistant setting. SystImmune and Bristol Myers Squibb reported that a pre-specified interim top-line analysis of the Phase 3 BL-B01D1-307 trial in China met dual primary endpoints of progression-free survival and overall survival. The study compares izalontamab brengitecan, also known as Iza-bren, an EGFR by HER3 bispecific antibody drug conjugate against physician's choice chemotherapy in previously treated unresectable locally advanced or metastatic triple-negative breast cancer. The companies described the improvements as statistically significant and clinically meaningful, although detailed effect sizes were not disclosed. Gedeon Richter entered a research collaboration and option to license agreement with Fimsite to advance FMC2, described as a first-in-class antibody for endometriosis. The option can be exercised before initiation of first-in-human studies. The program is positioned as a potential disease-modifying approach, underscoring continued industry investment in novel modalities for endometriosis. Gedeon Richter also acquired Celmatix's women's health discovery portfolio. The assets include an oral FSH receptor agonist for fertility, a JNK inhibitor positioned as a non-hormonal immunotherapy approach for endometriosis, and AMH-targeting antibodies, both agonist and antagonists, aimed at controlling ovarian follicular genesis. Development will be led by Richter's Women's Health R&D Hub in Belgium, reinforcing a multi-asset strategy across fertility, endometriosis, and ovarian aging. ŌURA announced the rollout of its first proprietary large language model focused on women's health, integrated into the ŌURA Advisor experience and available for testing in ŌURA labs. The model is described as drawing on clinician-curated sources and user biometric signals, including sleep, activity, cycle and pregnancy data, and stress metrics. The company highlighted privacy-first infrastructure and clinically grounded guidance as differentiators. In Canada, women's health leaders gathered on Parliament Hill for a 2-day engagement linked to Senate Public Bill S-243, which proposes establishing a national framework for women's health. The Women's Health Coalition of Canada announced coordinated advocacy and policy efforts focused on research, access, prevention, primary care, and innovation, signaling potential implications for funding priorities and access pathways. Medikarma acquired Nanelle, a pregnancy journey-focused digital solution from Nitera Co. Ltd. The transaction includes intellectual property, product assets, and operations, alongside a planned 60 to 90-day knowledge transfer and operational transition. Medikarma intends to integrate Nanelle into its patient profile platform to expand its women's health and value-based care capabilities. Encore Vita Health acquired menopause and sexual health education and clinical assets from Eterna. The provider-facing platform includes intellectual property originally developed through clinical practice across multi-state women's health clinics. The acquisition is positioned to expand menopause care capabilities within medical aesthetic clinics, supporting broader screening, initiation, and follow-up services. Stay ahead in women's health research. Like, share, and subscribe for our updates. Visit lqventures.com or email us at info@lqventures.com